Hi friends, this is your pal Scott Garibay, and today we are going to talk about American politics, and we're going to talk about the brand new, highly political film, but it is fiction. One Battle After Another, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, starring Teyana Taylor, starring Chase Infinity, starring Benicio del Toro, starring Alana Haim. What? There's a lot. There's some bad there. This is extremely well cast. This is extremely well cast. Oh, and Sean Penn. Sean Penn. Yeah, it's Sean Penn. What? Yeah, yeah. It's pretty wild. So, yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it was really something. Um, so this is a very unusual film. Uh, Warning, there are going to be spoilers for One Battle After Another in this. All right, so first of all, let's just talk about it as a film. 2 hours and 50 minutes. Man, if you're going to go, I'll tell you right now, if you're going to go a minute over 2 hours and 5 minutes, you better be doing something significant, right? Like, and I have to say, we're talking about Leonardo DiCaprio. I just watched Killers of the Flower Moons. That's 3 hours of my life I'm never going to get back. That was not a good movie. It didn't have anything significant to say, and I don't think it was time well spent. That's not the case with this movie. This was a very fascinating film. It had a lot of cool action in it. I was very impressed with this. I was very impressed with the job they did with this film. It was extremely well done and well executed. And it did two things. It had a political message, right? It had multiple political messages. However, I'll tell you right now, if you're making a Hollywood movie and you make a movie that has a political message, but it's not a good movie, it's not shot well, it's not cast well, it doesn't have good pacing, it doesn't matter, right? Like, you have to have a powerful narrative. I'm not saying I have to have fun. I don't have to have fun in your film. But it needs to either be enjoyable or compelling or thought provoking. Okay, and I feel like Killers of the Flower Moon, man. I don't think it did any of those three. Right, this movie did all of those three. It was enjoyable. There were parts of it that you were like, I'll tell you right now, what did I enjoy about this movie? Holy cows, Benicio del Toro. He stole the movie, in my opinion. He was the best thing in the film by far. Just extremely, extremely powerful performance. Definitely, I wanted to say it's his best performance, but Benicio del Toro, man, that dude knocks it out of the park almost every time he's on screen. A buddy of mine just texted me a little while ago. Said, "Did you see Reptile?" And I was like, "Yeah, I saw that like 2 years ago." He's like, "Man, that was a banger." Like, yeah, like Benicio del Toro knocks it out of the park almost every time he's at bat. He is really excellent, and in this he is phenomenal. He's so good, just really, really good. So yeah, and so it was enjoyable, it was compelling, and it was thought-provoking. This is all three, so this really says a lot. Okay, I have to, this is a personal note, I was really amazed to see Alana Haim in this movie. I'm a huge fan of Haim. It's a girl band. It's three sisters, and I believe Alana is the drummer. She's the drummer of the group, and she was very, very good in this. And I think she's trying to build, a career in Hollywood. And she came out with a movie a little while ago called Licorice Pizza, and I was like, oh, I'd love to see a movie with a Haim sister in it. And then I read the summary. I'm like, I don't know. What who made this movie and why, and so I knew Alana Haim was trying to build a career. I'm glad she's moving past Licorice Pizza. I don't think that was a good representation for anyone in it, and although I never saw it, I was like, yeah, I don't even want to see this, just reading the description, like, why was this movie made, right? And so but this was excellent, and I'm glad to see that she's starting to build some traction. And if you're not familiar with Haim, they are a banger girl band that have some really, really good that has some just some excellent songs. So so first of all, this is a fantastic film. It was just a good sound story that moved you along from beginning to end. Okay. Um, let's talk about. I'm going to just talk about one thing in this movie. So, this movie was about left revolutionaries, revolutionaries who were engaging. Not kidding. This kind of shocks me. Compared to, I'm honestly surprised they didn't shelve this movie, because this movie is pretty pro political violence. Like it presents left revolutionaries who are engaged in political violence as heroes, which I'm pretty shocked to see. All right, so and honestly, just that in today's environment, I'm just shocked that any company would release this. Right now, what are my thoughts? Well, the biggest thought is I watched this movie and they were like, "Hey, in America, there have been effective. There have been left revolutionary groups that are effective at communicating, effective at political violence, and effective at gathering, maintaining, and using weapons." I'm like, please, are you kidding me? Like, it's like, and you know what? I'm so sorry I don't remember this woman's name, but there's a very, very left-leaning political commentator on YouTube. I watch her stuff every now and then. And recently, you know, she was upset about, you know, the biggest event that's happened in the last month. And she's like, you know, we're being blamed. And she literally said, we're being blamed for being, you know, organized, effective, that the left has these organized, effective groups that could, you know, secretly plan and execute political violence. And she's like, this is ridiculous. We can't organize or plan anything, whether it's political violence or even the smallest like policy orders, you know, like, and so and I had to admit, like, it, like, the idea that there has ever been, actually, you know what, I do believe we have not had a left-leaning revolutionary group in America who was even remotely effective since the 1960s. There's just, you know, it hasn't existed. And so I did walk away from the film going, I see what you're saying here, but the reality is there are absolutely zero groups left, not even revolutionary. There are zero groups in America that are left-leaning, that communicate well, and that have the ability to acquire, maintain, and use weapons. There's just zero, none. They're and I don't like, and I think the reason why that is the left is anti long arm and short arm. Like, they're just not, they don't use long irons or short irons. They just don't use them, and they don't respect anyone who does, right? And you can't, like, so if you're left leaning, the moment you even talk about those items, people are like, you have one of those, and then you're out, you know, you're out of the group, right? It's just, so I think that was the thing that was most difficult for me to grok, right? Not even grok, accept, right? And so at that point, you're like, is this, you know, is this aspirational? Like, it was, you know, it was, so from that perspective, it was a little difficult to understand, right? But this is an extremely well-crafted film. And if you're even remotely interested in American politics and you're over the age of 18, I'm assuming this is definitely a rated R film. I don't check the, you know, ratings on movies. I see, you know, 55. I don't need to check ratings. But from the content that was in this, there's no way it was anything but rated R. So if you're over to 18 and you're even remotely interested in American politics, this is a must-watch. I would definitely check this out. Every single word you just heard in this video is my humble opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments, send your traffic. Please consider liking, subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.